So what's the best magazine capacity for an AK? Welcome back to the Muzzle Broke channel, everybody, and today we're talking about AK mags. Throughout my years of participating in the LARP now, I've gone through a ton of different types of AK mags and different types of AK mag capacities as well. And today we're going to chat a little bit about what I've found to be beneficial and what I've actually kind of found to be a little bit detrimental. And today we're going to be talking about everything from the smallest mag I have in the collection, just a Magpul 20 rounder, to the biggest magazine that I have in the collection, a 75 round AK drum. So 20 round AK mags. Well, hey, why would you want to actually decrease the capacity from the normal 30 down to a 20? My biggest argument for that would be storage and concealment. Obviously, this isn't a huge weapon, and especially when we go ahead and fold the stock, this actually becomes a pretty darn compact package. Definitely very feasible to store in like a bug out bag or an EDC carry pack. With this weapon specifically, with the vertical grip as well as the pistol grip, this mag only sticks out a little bit and definitely makes it very easy to store in any sort of range bag or EDC pack that I plan on carrying. Aside from the concealability, I've actually never really had too many reliability issues with 20 rounders. Even some of the cheap surplus 20 rounders always seem to kind of function pretty well. And obviously your AK Magpul mags are going to function beautifully either way. Now, you are kind of losing some capacity, but if this is mainly a bug out weapon, the concealment may be worth running a 20 round. Moving up to a 30 round mag. These are obviously kind of our classic standard in the AK and AR world, and there are tons of different options. I couldn't even sit here and count how many companies make different magazines, and most of them function pretty good. Obviously, you're going to get your shitters that crap the bed on you, and that's why it's important to run all different mags with all different types of weapon systems at the range. In my experience, AKs specifically can kind of be a little bit picky about which mags they do or don't like, so just make sure you're running your different mags. Then you can kind of see, as compared to that 20 rounder we just had, this mag does protrude a little bit further. So although not incredibly unreasonable, not as good as the 20 rounder when we're talking about concealment, but hey, you do get that extra 10 rounds. It's very easy to find 30 round AK mags that function reliably, so that is a plus to this option as well. Moving it up in capacity and vibiness a little bit, we have our AK flip mags. I think these are actually really cool. This was a little project I did after playing the new Black Ops 6 and seeing that these were in fact an attachment that you could upgrade to. Fun little quick project, but after thinking a little bit about the practicality of these, it kind of started to make a little bit more sense to me. So in my opinion, this almost kind of gives you the best of both worlds. Now we are kind of rocking around with a 60 round capacity, which is pretty substantial, but we're also still getting the reliability of our classic AK 30 round mags. So although it's kind of just started as a fun little Call of Duty project, I actually kind of really do see the practicality in running some flip mags so that we can increase our capacity while still kind of having the reliability of our classic mags. Now, obviously, this may not be the best for concealment purposes. It is adding a little bit of thickness, a little bit of weight, and a little bit more length than even our 30 round AK mags. So definitely something to think about if you're trying to use this in like a bug out package gun. So getting even more big and obnoxious here, we're moving up to our 40 round AK or RPK mags. Now, to be honest, I think this is kind of the sweet spot right here. The 40 round mags have really never given me reliability issues, and 40 rounds is still a decent capacity. Now, especially with AKs, once we start to increase the capacity of these mags, we get a real ridiculous banana curve here, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with, but I still think it's a pretty good option. We get a reliable mag with more than the standard capacity that really doesn't add any sort of significant width or significant reliability issues to the weapon system. And that kind of takes us to our big boy here, the 75 round AK drum mag. Now, I can't lie to you, the vibe factor 100% is there. And there are some good, reliable AK drums out on the market. That being said, not all of them are. This one specifically is a little bit finicky for me. In the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch here, it kind of depends on what ammo I'm running as to how good this mag is going to cycle for me. But with my full-size 16-inch AK here, this mag actually does a pretty phenomenal job, and I haven't really had too many reliability issues with it. Now, this mag is obviously not going to be for our like gray man sneaky setup. It's big, it's bulky, and when you have rounds in it, those things shake like no tomorrow, and you can hear that coming a mile away. Although you do get the most capacity with this drum mag, I'm not sure it's the sweet spot. If I were to choose one of these mag setups, personally, I think it would be these flip mags. Not only are they super cool and fun to play with, but they give you 60 rounds, which is almost at the capacity of that 75. And most importantly for me, that increase in rounds is not going to compromise reliability like it can in these AK drums. I also think the 40 round RPK mag is a very viable option as well that kind of gives you the most bang for your buck. With both the flip mags and the RPK mags, we're still getting increased capacity, 60 rounds with flips and 40 rounds with RPKs, without substantially reducing the reliability of the magazines and thus the weapon systems. I typically run this one on the nightstand suppressed, so for me, the added weight weight and the added width of these flip mags are not really going to be a concern. And when I'm waking up in the middle of the night to fight someone that's trying to break in and steal my shit, I'm not running in my full kit. I'm not going to have my gear on. I'm not going to have mags ready. I'm not going to have my tactical belt on. I'm going to be hungover, naked, and a little confused. So it would be really nice for me to have an extra mag locked and loaded that I could get to pretty easily if I needed more than 30 rounds. I really hope I don't need more than that to stop someone from stealing my crap. But I want to hear from you down in the comments. Which mag setup do you think is best for your own personal use? And let me know why. I'm curious what you have to think. Alrighty, boys, I really appreciate you watching this kind of content, and I would really appreciate a subscribe. It gives me the warm fuzzies and butterflies, almost like my Rifle Dynamics quick catch here.